Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, good morning. So, disposal of wastewater, we will come to the point. In the last lecture, I have given to you one video, and through that, I asked you to understand the concept of wastewater disposal. Okay, so wastewater disposal, we are talking about the wastewater disposal before treatment as well as after treatment. If it is before treatment, what should be the criteria, and if it is after treatment, what should be the criteria, and what are the different ways. These are mentioned over here. And then I have given to you in a video, and in that I asked you to understand how this is important. Okay, so this is a stream, and in this stream, if you are disposing a wastewater at this portion, then it is going to be mixed in throughout the this particular river. And there are two types of water bodies. First water body is the running water body. Stream or the river comes under the running water body, and another water body is the stagnant water body. In that pond, lake, it comes under the stagnant water body, means where there will not be the motions. But in both the water body, there will be the self purification can be performed. How self purification will be performed, that was explained in that particular yesterday's videos. So what are the various actions are being performed to complete the process of self purification? That was we have discussed here, is it? So there are the different factors included or which are contributing for the cell purification process. And first one is the dilution. I assume that you have gone through the video and then you are connecting to me. So that way, this is the stream. If it is dropped at this portion, then when it is immediately dripping into this particular river, that entire sewage, at that time we found suddenly a slow very rapidly the dissolved oxygen level starts decreasing. This graph I am showing, dissolved oxygen level starts decreasing. Why dissolved oxygen level of this particular stream we are talking start decreasing? Because here, whatever the sewage is coming over here, it is highly contaminated with the BOD and COD, organic matter. And this particular river is saturated with the dissolved oxygen because it is a running water, and natural purification, natural aeration is performing there. So that's why it is saturated with the dissolved oxygen, means good quality of water is there. But when you are disposing that kind of waste into the river, at that time, suddenly it will start decreasing the level of dissolved oxygen in that particular stream. And what is the reason behind that? Whatever the microorganisms and organic matter present in this waste, when it is deposited here, these microorganisms get energy as a oxygen, and hence they are consuming oxygen and they are decomposing the organic matter. They are consuming oxygen and they are decomposing the organic matter, and that's why it starts dropping down with a faster rate. But it is not remaining as it is forever. Again, after some time, means it is with respect to time as well as it is with respect to distance we need to consider, because this is a spot where we have disposed. If I want to give a live example, we can talk about our Pandharpur Bhima River. Okay, so in a Bhima River, before coming wastewater is reaching to the particular city. Before city, there is a flyover bridge, and before that there is a huge amount of waste is getting deposited. You can assume that. Okay, so if it is deposited into that portion, or you can assume that in a city itself we are disposing waste, various kinds of waste is directly disposed into the particular river. Then from that spot, it takes a little time as well as distance. These are running hand in hand. Time and distance are running hand in hand. How? The spot of water, drop of water, which is at Pandharpur, is reaching to the next, we will take the spot as a Machnur. Okay, that is also one of the famous pilgrimage center, we can say. So it is for reaching that drop of water up to this Machnur, it takes a certain time with respect to time. So time and distance going hand in hand, and hence within this time period or within this distance, the water is again getting fresh. Means here is the Pandharpur. We have assumed that this is a Pandharpur, and now I am saying this is the Machnur place. Okay, and when we have disposed of sewage at this spot, at that time dissolved oxygen starts decreasing randomly, but after certain time or the distance, it again starts increasing. That level of dissolved oxygen starts increasing, and when I saw here at this particular distance, the dissolved oxygen level is highly increased, or it is close to the saturated dissolved oxygen level. Then what is happening over here? That process is known as the cell purification process, and this cell purification process is getting done because of various factors. And what are these? Sorry. What are these factors, guys? So these factors are, first one is the dilution. Dilution in the sense, when water is disposed over here, that quantity we can assume something 1000 liter per or 1000 liter per hour, we will assume. 1000 liter per day we will assume here. Okay, that 1000 liter per day, and this quantity is huge. In the river is a huge quantity. Against that, this 1000 is none. Okay, so I think I had given to you an example that we can take a pot of glass of water, we can take a, and in that glass of water I will drop a pinch of salt. So whether it is going to be affect the taste very dangerously? No, because it's a dilution ratio is very good. How to calculate the dilution ratio, that we have discussed. Okay, so it is going to be it is not going to be affect on the dilution, that quantity taste, that glass water taste, because it is very less and it is getting diluted. But if I keep on adding continuously for longer time in the same quantity of water without giving a time, at that time what will happen? The level of salt starts increasing, and it starts affecting on the physical and chemical property of that particular water in the glass. Same happens here. If you are depositing wastewater here, and if sufficient quantity is available in the river, then it is getting diluted. If sufficient quantity of water is not available, it will not be getting diluted. It will take, means if it is this sufficient quantity of water is available, in that case, if it is showing this kind of graph, and I will assume that here sufficient quantity of water is not available in this particular stream. So in that case, it may take like this distance. Okay, it will take a lot of time to get regenerated. It may get regenerated, but it will take a lot of time. And during this span, various other effects will be also observed. What are these effects that are also we are going to see? So dilution is one of the very important and very easiest way to go for the cell purification. Then the second factor is the current. If the current of water is very high, this is a river, it is current of water means rate of running is very high. If slope is more, in that case, there is a water studying and moving with a faster rate. In that case, we can say its current is very high. If current is high, there is a more chances to get contacted with the atmospheric oxygen, and because of that, the rate of cell purification of that particular river will be high. Whereas if the current is less, then the deoxygenation or cell purification rate will be very slow. So current is affecting in that way, and it depends upon the slope of that particular stream. Now, the next one we will discuss. So these are the two factors we have already discussed. Then the temperature, how temperature is going to be affect on the water. How to remember this? If temperature increases, dissolved oxygen level decreases. If temperature decreases, dissolved oxygen level increases. How to remember that? Very simple example I will give you. When we keep up water for boiling in a pot on the gas or any flame, at that time we start observing there is a bubbles. It is not directly starting the boiling. Initially it starts showing the bubbles are coming towards the upward, towards the surface. Means what? Whatever the gas present into that water starts releasing due to expansion of water molecule. Means that water molecule will not allow to remain the gaseous particles in that with increasing temperature. Okay, so that's why you can remember this with this concept. Increasing temperature of water, decreasing the dissolved oxygen level of water, and if decreasing the temperature of water, it will increasing the dissolved oxygen level of water. This is the one concept. Means we can say this is one concept up to certain temperature only. Okay, so if it is up to 50 degrees Celsius, 55 degrees Celsius, it is okay. Up to that, at least a 6, 7 in a standard or the purified water, we can say up to 6, 7 milligram per liter dissolved oxygen level will be observed. But if you are raising the temperature beyond that, it will be decreasing. But this temperature, whenever what topic we are talking, is this is not the, this topic is not the लेक्चर चालू आहे. थोड्या वेळ फोन करते. लेक्चर चालू आहे माझा, फोन करते 12 वाजता. Which type of water we are discussing? River water we are discussing. So in the river, how much temperature is going to be increased? If less quantity of water is there and very high temperature in the atmosphere is there, in that case it may raise up to 30-35 degrees Celsius temperature. So it is not directly going to be reduce the dissolved oxygen level in the water. But what happens that that is possible up to some extent. But at the same time, temperature is helping to increase the rate of degradation by the microorganisms, because microorganisms are of 3 types. One is those who are surviving, means based on the temperature, those who are surviving in a cold temperature, means up to 10 degrees Celsius. And the next one is the mesophilic, that we can say it can be survived 11 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, and above 30 degrees Celsius we can say it is a thermophilic. Okay, so in a thermophilic means above 30 degrees Celsius, when temperature is there, rate of degradation is very high, so which we will not be observed that much during the winter season. So temperature is helping 2 way actually. One is if the level temperature is less, in that case automatically dissolved oxygen level will remain maintained. Another factor, if temperature increases, the rate of degradation will increases and will help to get purified water at the earliest possible. Okay, जितना डिग्रेडेशन रेट फास्ट होणार आहे, पटकन तुमचे बीओडी सीओडी डाउन होणार आहे. बीओडी सीओडी is getting down means it is getting, water is getting to the original position, we can say. Okay, then sunlight, algae produces oxygen in presence of sunlight due to photosynthesis. Therefore sunlight helps in purification of stream by adding oxygen through photosynthesis. In the last chapter we saw that facultative pond. Okay, in facultative pond I have shown, or aerobic pond, sun's radiations are passing, penetrating up to the depth of this particular stream. Okay, solar radiations are penetrating up to this stream. So whatever the algal growth is here, so that algae performs the photosynthetic activity. Okay, and due to that photosynthetic activity, the decomposition of photosynthetic activity, during photosynthetic activity, algae releases oxygen and consumes the carbon dioxide present into water. Okay, so carbon dioxide at all we don't want. If it is better if it is consumed by the algae and oxygen is getting released, so that oxygen can be consumed by the microorganisms present into that water, and they will degrade the organic matter present into this particular sewage, and hence cell purification performs with a faster rate. Okay, so that way sunlight is going to be help for the to increase the rate of degradation. Okay, now next one is the rate of oxidation. In the rate of oxidation, oxidation reduction processes depends on the if oxidation of organic matter discharged in the river, DO depletion occurs. Oxidation performs means what? Degradation process starts, and during degradation process, DO depletion occurs. But oxidation, after oxidation, there will be a reduction. A release of these other odorable gases starts, and then it will take, that place will be taken by the atmospheric oxygen. Okay, so that way the decomposition rate or the cell purification is depends upon the rate of oxidation too. So these are the various factors we have discussed in short in the last, and I hope you understood now in a better manner. If you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will go to the next point. And the next point is the zones of river stream. Okay, guys, one more announcement I want to do here. Only 27 participants are there, and I know that you people are going keep on adding till the end of lecture. But I'm going to continue the lecture up to 10:45 only, because one another session for the faculty member is there, and I am the coordinator of that session. But what about your time during 10:45 to 11:45? For that period, I'm going to give you my own videos link to see within that 1 hour. So you can go through the videos during that period. So you can means, and then I will be back at 10:45, 11:45 here in the same link. Okay, same Zoom room. And I will discuss with you the remaining part. Okay, so that announcement I want to do here. Okay, now the next one point is the zones of pollution in a river stream. So I tried to explain now this is a river. Okay, and in the river, when you are depositing some quantity of water, ma'am, MCQ tests are remaining from second chapter. Yes, I remember that, but I need to prepare it. So I will conduct the second and third together, second as well as third. In tomorrow's lecture, I will conduct it. Okay. In tomorrow's lecture,
no problem.
Yes, some busy schedule going on, so it is remains okay. But I will take care that it will be covered. Is there any announcement regarding your examination? Not yet, no?
No, not yet, ma'am.
We have time, no worry. Okay, and okay, so next is the so whatever I was telling you, there are, it is when wastewater is deposited at a certain point, from that spot it starts decreasing the level of dissolved oxygen, and it will be keep on decreasing up to certain length, and after that it will start increasing. So what are these factors responsible to? Means up to this it is decreasing because of the rate of degradation. Okay, or we can say rate of deoxygenation. It is we can say it is a rate of deoxygenation. But after certain point, you start observing the dissolved oxygen level starts increasing. So you can say here, this graph, this half part of this graph is the rate of deoxygenation, and second half part of this is the rate of reoxygenation. What is that concept? I will try to explain here in proper manner. actually, there will be a graph in a stream. So if I ask you guys to go to the Pandharpur river and select the, after every 1 meter, you are 1 kilometer, you are supposed to collect the sample. Okay, I will ask you. So in that case, what you will do, this is a starting point where the wastewater is going to be disposed. And then from that, you are supposed to select after each 1 meter, 1 kilometer distance sample collection. Okay, so like this, suppose you have selected 5 spots, and these in these 5 kilometer distance, you may observe the variation in a dissolved oxygen, because, and that is because of the this spot itself. So initially you can start observing the dissolved oxygen level is decreasing, and then it starts increasing. So behind that, there are the 2 major factors. What are these 2 major factors? First one is the degradation of oxygen due to decreasing the oxygen due to degradation process of organic material. So this is known as, this graph is known as the deoxygenation. So usually when you are adding sewage, it must show that kind of graph. Okay, but the natural method or the natural activity, whatever the running, that are helping to increase the dissolved oxygen level of that particular, that activity are helping to increase the level of dissolved oxygen, and that graph will be like this. Okay, so whatever this blue color graph is coming, that is the outcome of these 2 actions. One action is the rate of deoxygenation, and another action is the rate of reoxygenation. So these 2 outcome of these 2 activity is the this blue color graph is getting into picture, and this blue color graph is known as the oxygen curve. It is called as the oxygen curve. Are you getting? So first graph which is showing that spontaneously oxygen level in the stream is getting decreased due to the degradation process of organic material, and that graph is known as the graph of deoxygenation. And at the same time, whatever the natural activity going on, wind is blowing, sun is traveling their radiations, all these activities, due to that activity, the level of dissolved oxygen keep on increasing, and that graph is known as the reoxygenation curve. This is a deoxygenation curve, and this is a reoxygenation curve. So these 2 graphs are like this. One is like this and one is like this. And outcome of these 2 is coming like this, and this is known as the dissolved oxygen sag curve. Means you are representing how much dissolved oxygen is available at which spot. You can go and you can check in any river and find out first of all the spot where the disposal of wastewater is being done. Check the test this sewage, and check what is the quantity, what are the parameters of that particular river, and then keep on taking the different distance reading. Okay, at different distance reading of dissolved oxygen, simply dissolved oxygen you need to check, and exactly that kind of graph you can observe. This is a dissolved oxygen curve. That kind of graph you will observe in that particular river. Okay, means what? At this spot level of here now, you can say I can draw here like this level of dissolved oxygen. To make you understand, I can say this is a x-axis, y-axis, and this is a distance, and this is a dissolved oxygen level in milligram per liter. And if I have taken it the 1 kilometer, then it will be level maybe 7 ppm. Then I will go for the next kilometer, it may go down and it will show 5 ppm. And here it is known as the critical dissolved oxygen level, where very zero, it is almost zero when in that zone. So it can be identified as a 0 milligram per liter dissolved oxygen. And again, you can start observing that it is increasing. Okay, so that way you can also find out the dissolved oxygen sat curve in any of the stream. Okay, in any of the stream, running water body. So this now this whatever the dissolved oxygen sat curve is getting displayed here, so that is going to be divided into different zones. And what are these zones? These are the zone of degradation, zone of active decomposition, zone of recovery, and zone of clear water. With the picture, I am going to explain this concept, how this is going to be classified into zones. So first of all, I request you to write down the heading zones of pollution in a river stream, and then note down these 4 steps, 4 types, and then I will explain with the figure. Please. काय झालं ते? चालेल, करू शकतो आपण त्याचं करेक्शन. Okay, guys, go to the next page. So this is the diagram. So first of all, you draw this figure properly, and then I will explain this figure. Okay, please draw this figure. Okay, guys. So I will explain here. I have received a message from Snehal that it is finished. You can look at this figure. This is a zones of pollution. What it is indicates zones of pollution. So just now I explained what is mean by the oxygen SAT curve. So this is what the oxygen SAT curve. And here is there are 5 zones. We have discussed 4 zones. Initial first one is adding, you can say that is clear water zone. Okay. Now, first clear water zone, then zone of degradation, zone of active decomposition, and zone of recovery. And the last one will be the zone of clear water. Okay, so dissolved oxygen SAT curve, how the dissolved oxygen SAT curve is divided into different zones. So this is a spot where we are disposing a sewage, okay, into a river or stream. And up to this is a spot where we are disposing a sewage, okay. And here is the up to this distance we have assumed the level of dissolved oxygen is saturated. The level of dissolved oxygen is saturated into that particular stream. It 100% dissolved oxygen level is there. But once you deposited sewage, it starts slowly decreasing. एकदम असा जातो का? नाही जात. बरोबर आहे? That microorganism are also required some time to get adapted with the new environment. So they are living in the complete wastewater environment and they're entering into this river. So they need some time to get adapted with new environment, and time being at the same time, they're simultaneously they are consuming the oxygen. So that's why immediately it is not dropping like this. Slowly it is dropping because it is a process. It takes a time. And so initially it is slowly decreasing, and after some time it observes that it is decreasing drastically. Means when degradation process is started or it is going on, at that time almost 40% oxygen will be reduced, and that zone is known as the zone of degradation. And what happens in this zone of degradation? The floating solids, bottom sludge, the solids are floating at the surface, and sludge is started to accumulate at the surface, and there will be a high turbidity as compared to this or this session. There will be a high turbidity because much amount of particles are there, and slowly it will start decreasing turbidity because these particles starts sedimenting with respect to distance. But after certain time, means when that entire bacteria came into picture for the decomposition of organic matter, they get adapted with this new environment. At that time, degradation rate will increase, and at the same, but this huge amount of oxygen, and because of degradation, increasing rate of degradation, huge amount of drop of oxygen will be observed. And that when such a spot is coming, that is known as the critical dissolved oxygen, almost closing to zero, In this portion, it is very, there will not possible to get survive the aquatic plants and aquatic animals. Here they can survive, but here it is not possible to survive in this portion because almost zero level of dissolved oxygen is there. And that portion is known as the zone of active decomposition because entire bacteria are started working together for decomposition of organic material. So they need much amount of oxygen. If much amount of oxygen is getting consumed by them, dropping of oxygen starts founding there. Okay, that is known as the active decomposition zone. And what will be the physical and indices in that particular zone? Grayish and darker color water, septic oil, because there is no oxygen, bacteria are there, so it may look like a dark color. It will convert into a dark color. And at the same time, because active decomposition is going on, during decomposition, what kind of gases emits? Methane, H2S, carbon dioxide. These are going to be emitted because it is almost converting into anaerobic environment. So anaerobic process is going to be performed. So what example of anaerobic decomposition is the biogas. And what gases emits into the biogas? CH4, H2S, CO2. CH4 is a fuel we want to use, and these are the impurities. But along with CH4, if it is the 50 to 60%, the remaining quantum will be the H2S and CO2. Okay, so that way, because anaerobic environment created into this portion, it starts releasing the CH4, H2O, and H2S and CO2 gases. N2 gases evolution also performs because nitrification process is also being performed. Okay, then okay, so this evolution of these gases starts, and black color scum will be also observed at the surface. Then the next zone will come into picture, that slowly oxygen starts increasing because of the cell purification activity. Various factors affecting on that stream for the cell purification. So regeneration process starts. Regeneration process of that particular river starts. And that process again will bring to the original state of level of oxygen, that initially up to 40% and then up to the 100%. So this way, this zone, this cell purification activity are being performed in a stream, and it reflects into the oxygen sag curve. This curve is known as the oxygen sag curve. And hello, एक 5 मिनिटात जॉइन होते, लेक्चर चालू, एक 5 मिनिटात जॉइन होतील. हा, so this way it will starts increasing again the level of dissolved oxygen. Okay, then again same situation will be starts observing, turbid water is there, color changes, and then finally clear water zone will be observed at the last stage. Okay, so this is about the zone of pollution in a stream or the river, or the, we can say simply, running water bodies. So as I said, we are going to stop here, and on group I'm going to share with you the links which will give the further explanation about the same chapter, and you can try to learn through this. I will cover some part from that, but it is very properly explained with the spirit. So I would like to you guys to watch these videos on your, so I will share that videos on your WhatsApp group. Okay, so with this note we will close the today's session, and I will also note your attendance. Okay, wait for 1 minute only.
Recording in progress.
Okay guys, I have noted down your attendance. Now you can leave, and I will share the links on your group. Okay, thank you everybody. I will end up this session because I have to log in another session. Thank you.